Welcome back, everybody. Today is Monday, May 19th, and we're going to take a little bit more look into these prismatic styles. Not me, though. It'd be Rhea out on Neopets Nation. Now, Rhea ended up with a Lord Kass token and wanted to clear up the misconception about these new rerolls, such as they cost over $100 to get. Given the amount of 3x you get, rolling 15 restyles only consumes an average of 13 to 15 styles. Between myself and friends, this has been tested 11 times. Not a huge pool of data, but big enough for me to make this post. If you don't have any tokens you'd like to consume, the cheapest way to do this is buy a 10 pack of prismatic brushes. Prismatic tokens count for this. I included a screenshot of a Neocash mall buy list. If you plan on keeping any of the tokens, you may be tempted to buy a 20 pack. Don't. 2 times 10 packs is the same price, and you get one more brush. Hope this helps. So taking a look over here. Actually, let me zoom out. There you go. Yeah, you've reached max style. Choose your exclusive style reward below. So take a look at all these NPCs that you could potentially get. I know some people are excited about this. Some people, as mentioned before, not so much, just because why would you want to dress up as an NPC on your Neopet? But everybody likes different things. So let's just take a look over here. You can see total 6,100, and that consists of Styling Studio Prismatic Brush 10 bundles, Styling Studio Restyle Paint, Styling Studio Restyle Paint, and lastly, Styling Studio Restyle Paint 10 bundle. That is how Rhea ended up getting there, and the friends as well. So if you have any other different ways, you could try that out. But that is the advice that we got out there on Neopets Nation. And if you're wondering, for the people out there, how much is 6,100? Well, that is a glorious $50 roughly. I mean, you're missing the 100, but maybe you have 100 sitting there on your account just to begin with. But you can see there's another package, 14,000 for $100, which is pretty nice as well. If you're gonna go that direction, me myself, probably never going to do that. But hey, I mean, a lot of this stuff looks really cool. Would I want to spend it on Neopets? Some people will, some people won't. I mean, it's just how it is. Whatever you value more in life. Now let's take a look here. On the news, we have, hey Neopians, we made some exciting improvements to the site recently. We encourage you to review our latest release notes. Why don't we do that? So you have the Styling Studio Premium updates where you get the NC mini capsules. General updates, ad optimization, optimize art assets, fairy caverns, watch an ad for a second chance. I love losing multiple times. The site rules are updated. Rebound struts for Trudy surprise gift boxes, which I know some people absolutely hate. We added a shortcut to in the side menu for quick access to your Neopass profile. Animation fix for the retired wings mystery caps. I was like animation overall, but I'm like, where's the animation at? Fix mismatch gray useful eyes. The issue with initial styling studio updates made to styling studio, and then they fixed a bunch of wearables. That's a big list. And then here's what's next: NC Mall interface improvements, out the door cut mini event, and stay tuned for the void within lost in the dark. We are already lost in the dark if you don't know this, but there we go. That is your release note updates. And if you're wondering about Neopian times, let's take a look at the editorial, because everybody loves doing this. I was just going through my city deposit box looking for things to discard for that sweet rubbish Abby, and I noticed that mushroom moisturizer doesn't seem to have a description. Could this be updated? Yeah, we have added a fun guy description. I guess they're just trying to say fun. Thanks again. What does it say now? I have no idea. I didn't look it up. Did not really think about this. Let's see. Mushroom moisturizer. Come on. Mushroom moisturizer. This moisturizer smells kind of fungy. Yeah, okay. How long does it take before you can enter your gallery again if you already won? I have a never-ending item gallery that is 3,500 items, and I will never stop adding to it. I won a couple years ago and would like to enter again, but it says I already won the gallery. There never used to be this, but it is like this now. Is it time it will open again, or am I out of luck? So they have no answer. No answer. I Your gallery already won, and I guess it's one of those ones you just want to keep showing it off to see, have people see your items, which is cool. I like seeing galleries and profiles. I wonder if there's a, place, a forum where you can have other people just look at it. But maybe you want like 2 times, 3 times, 4 times trophy, kind of like the Neopian times. No, I've been loving the Side Bunny Day capsules, and I'm on the way to completing the. Red fizzy gravel is not edible despite the other candy flavors being activated properly. Fix this. What's that? I can't hear you over this crunchy red fizzy gravel. I'm eating. We've gone ahead and fixed this. Okay. All right, that's it. So, I mean, it's interesting. Interesting. There's maybe they didn't have enough time because that is lacking a lot of questions, I feel like. But I didn't actually see archives. We just look one back. Editorial. Oh, that's I guess it's just kind of short. Hmm. IT&T, is there a reason when I feed any of the mac and cheese pizzas to my pets, it tells me they ate a slice of anchovy pizza? Anchovies are gross. Uh, we've had a word with our chef, and they should no longer be appearing in the mac and cheese pizzas. I wish they would have said it was some kind of joke, but me, I guess it's just another bug. Outside of that, that is really everything. So I don't know. The prismatics. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think I'd ever do it. I don't think I'd ever change my person into an NPC, even though I don't do much customization or anything like that. Like just just take a look here. I may not do much with them, but at the same time, I feel like they're my pets, right? They're my pets. They're my people. Oh, actually, hold on. Bam! There we go. Pink on pink. That'll be for my quest today. How about that? Purchase 3 items. There we go. But yeah, outside that, weekend was very busy. Had a good time, but yesterday was completely relaxed day. Wife and I have been working basically nonstop, and finally she said, "Screw it, I'm not doing anything." She just laid on the couch, and okay, I'll join you. I'll sit there with you. We can just watch whatever on one of our apps. That's how my day went yesterday. Because she was like, "You want to go? You want to go do this? You want to do that?" I was like, maybe you don't do that because of everything you. She's been doing nonstop overtime. Yeah, I think last week was 20 something hours of overtime on top of her work. And when I mean overtime, it's on the weekend. Right? On the weekend only. They don't pay for overtime during the week. If you work during the week extra, that is on you. So she worked extra over the week, and then she worked extra on the, of course, on the last, I feel like 2 or 3 weekends was overtime. So another, I mean, it's nice for the paycheck, heck yeah, but at the same time, it's will wear you down very quickly. So we opted to just do nothing yesterday. But hopefully you had a wonderful weekend. I'm gonna cancel out of this one. I felt like I'm being really behind on everything when it comes to Neopets, when it comes to my other channels. Life in general, my knee kind of hurt a little bit, so hopefully that gets taken care of. But outside of that, everything is great and grand in the world so far. So far, I say that until I get to work, which is gonna be interesting this week. Yeah, most of the people went off for like a business trip, and us people that are left behind are gonna hold up the fort. And by hold up the fort, I mean like it's good. I'm gonna get all the questions sent to me if something happens. So I'm gonna hope that for once nothing happens and everything is just hunky dory. Rocky Ocean background looks pretty cool. All right, give me some monies. Give me this cult design. I wonder what void in the dark. The void in the dark. Whatever they call it, void. Oh, I left the release notes. Void in the dark. I mean, everything's gray already, and I get it. It looks like we're in space. There's like some space theme going on here. So I don't know what's going to happen with Neopia. We're gonna get to pages, and instead of gray, it's just gonna be darkness. Just a light hue of dark, whatever that is. I just closed out of that. All right, well, whatever. I didn't finish. I wasn't gonna win anyway, so I'm just going to move on with my life. You see us Buzz making a comeback, 265. That's amazing. I love a good comeback story, and I think that's gonna happen. We're gonna get back to the 500s. It will happen. I will will it. What is manifest? I'm gonna manifest this sucker back into the 500s. I don't think it's gonna make it to the 500s again, but I would be delighted. Okay, well, I think I did not do food club yesterday. Yep, yep. I didn't get on till 9 o'clock at night, I think, something like that. 20 to 10. Dang it. Dang it. What is that doggo and a bandana? Think so. I think so. What a cute dog. All right, 3248. Seems like an interesting day. Hopefully higher ends. All right, let's buy 3. Actually, you know what? I'm making myself bored. I'm just gonna go over here to the boards. Let's see what we got, and then I'm calling it a day. All right, let's go. Let's go. General Neopets discussion. What do we got here? Gotten so quiet. Hey TNT, why did you delete my post about being assaulted by a cop? I don't know. I can't imagine good things happens from that. And then there's like points of views and all that. So I don't know. I'm just gonna move on. I'm gonna move on. Have you ever seen a Neopets commercial? I mean, they've been putting like commercial like stuff out on Instagram. Avoid TNT deleting your posts and silence you with this one simple trick. Are you gonna put Neo in front of everything? The angel? I don't get it. I don't get it. Angel face. Horrible customer. Oh, let's see about a horrible customer. I like this. I had a really annoying customer tonight and I didn't know his name and I named him Dumb Green because he was wearing a what? Green shirt. He was so rude and obnoxious that we had to ask him to leave and he was even arguing about that. Oh, jeez. Oh, the restaurant that I went to. I don't know if I talked about that restaurant, but I went to a restaurant. My wife's aunt came over from Poland and the I was looking at the group in the back left. Like I was sitting there and I could see him in the back left. They were just 2 tables away from me. So these groups, there was like it looked like 5 college dudes. They looked all preppy and stuff. There's those kind of people. They're wearing like polo shirts, 2 button, 3 button polo shirts, khaki shorts. And I'm like, all right, well, I guess that's a thing. The one guy had the college logo on there. So I'm like, oh, they must be college kids. So, anyways, when they left, the 5 guys got up. The waitress went back there. She looked at the first check. She said, "What?" And then she looked at the others, and then you could just see her saying, "What the fuck?" Yeah, it was. So I'm assuming that the tip was like horrible to none, which is that really stinks. Yeah, because it looks like she served them pretty well. I didn't see any sort of problem. They ate it, and I don't know. It's rough, the tipping culture, right? Like when you think about the tipping, maybe that's why I don't tip Tumblr. I know it's not a tip; it's more to like to get him back up and running. But when I see the tipping culture, it's like I feel like if you're going to go out to eat and the service wasn't bad, I mean, I wasn't sitting at the table. I have no idea. It seemed like it was okay, but um, I honestly think they knew what they were doing too because they rushed out of there really quickly. It wasn't like they dined and dashed, nothing like that. They definitely paid. I mean, they had their receipts, so their cards were charged, but at the same time, I feel like they knew what they were doing. That's why they rushed out of there. So it's unfortunate because she seemed pretty upset by it. He also thought a water bottle should be free, and I said, no, this is a gas station. My boss was a bit mad. We put up with this guy almost every day, and he's so rude to everyone. I can't stand him. What do you mean? He also thought a bottle of water should be free. He's eating there, right? Annoying customer tonight. No, this doesn't say it's a restaurant. Asked him to leave. No, this gas station. He shows up every day. He does it to argue about prices of random products and get mad when we're too busy answering annoying questions. I think he's been wearing the same green shirt for a week now, maybe longer. Yeah. Okay. Well, that makes sense. I mean, there's always somebody that comes in there. I saw a video where there's some guy comes in every night to try to get up all the discounted food items and then wants it to be dropped even lower. I like doing that one of the coolest places to do that in Japan is if you haven't seen it, Japan at the end of the night they'll always discount their food wherever it's like a convenience store or just a normal grocery store. It's pretty awesome. I love that because the place where we got when we originally went to Japan was right next to a grocery store. So, if you want a little midnight snack, you just go over there, grab like a discount. And the best part is you don't know which one's going to be discounted. Maybe for the people that live there, getting those discounted ones, they're a little sad because they didn't get, a certain dish. But for me, it's like I'm only there for a couple of days, so anything that's there, it was pretty cool. Yeah, it was just pretty cool to see. It was just nice to see all these different ones. But this time around, for sure, we booked our hotels over the weekend. That's what I was doing on Saturday with my sister. We were up until 11:30. We started at 3 and went to 11:30, so 8 hours of looking at hotels. And we got some really nice ones. We got this place with a whole kitchenette and everything, like a 4-person setup. Even though we have 5 people, there's a 4-person setup for a dining room. That'd be really nice. And the store that we're gonna be the place we're staying at has a store literally across the street. I walk out the door and there's a grocery store right there. We can go get it. So we're gonna get some really awesome meats, do a whole dinner night, cook it all up. They have a rice cooker there, so it's gonna be pretty amazing. I cannot wait. It's gonna be awesome. The trip's gonna be good. The only thing I have to get through is the airplane. If I can get through the airplane, yeah, I don't know. The airplane's always fun. So the other thing I have to question about this whole airplane thing, I don't know what you all would do, but I'm always really bad at this. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Okay, hold on. I need just the box. Why is it filling in? Don't fill in. Oh, maybe because oh, I get it. I'm zoomed in so much. There we are. So that one, but it's so thick. And the line thickness, there it is. Okay, so these are the seats. Imagine this is one thing, and then here's the walkway, right? Walkway. And then there's another and another. Minus the last walkway. This is the Alright, so this is what it's set up as. Me and my wife, well, all of us bought seats that you can move around, like wherever. It's not like first class or nothing, but like you were able to pick our seats so we don't end up in the middle seat. I am here. I am here. My wife picked over here. And then I thought to myself, wouldn't it be nice to be sitting by each other, but no one wants to sit in the middle. So that's why we did this aisle thing. But the more and more I think about it, I'm like, maybe one of us should sit next to each other. And I don't mind being the guy that sits like in the middle here because I'm starting to think about this and I'm like, it'd be nice if one of us had the aisle and the other person beside them, right? Because then we could technically have two horrible people here and here if none of us switch. We can have two horrible people and both have like a not a great time. But I value this aisle seat. So the last time I went to Japan, every time, all four airplanes that we went on, so two in the beginning and two at the end, all four of the airplanes, I was the middle seat. And it was not fun. I didn't have room. I know the girls beside me, like the girls I traveled with, they all used the arm stuff. And I'm like, come on, because I'm too nice. Too nice to be like, get out of the way. Give me get this. So I just wanted this aisle seat, but at the same time, I'm like, I think my wife would be happier if I sat beside her. But I'm not really sure. I have to still think about this. I have time because not the plane is like 30% full at this point. So obviously people aren't going for the middle. So I don't know what you would do, but at this point that's how it's set up. We have aisle on aisle. But should I move to the middle? That'll keep bothering me as the days go on. But that is everything. I will see you all later. Have a great day. Have a happy Monday. I'll see you. Bye. Are you gonna spend 6,100? This one, I still think about this. I'm like 6,100. Dang, people spend a lot on Neocash. It's crazy.